From farm workers to Amazon factory workers, Starbucks baristas, and even the crews that make your favorite films and TV shows, unions exist in just about every sector of our workforce. In fact, in 2021, nearly 14 million working people were represented by a union, and new unions continue to pop up across the country. So, why are unions so big, and what exactly are they anyway? Unions have largely shaped the working conditions, hours, and overall way we work today. Simply put, unions are organized groups of workers who negotiate and enforce a contract with their employers. They are made up of employees in a specific company, trade, or industry, and negotiate for things like fair wages, proper working conditions, and potential benefits like medical insurance, maternity leave, or retirement pensions when employers fail to guarantee them. Their goal is to reach an agreement with employers that adequately protects workers. This agreement is reached through a series of meetings and negotiations called collective bargaining. Unions are a tool for workers facing these conditions to demand respect through things like fair pay and safe work environments. They can gather petitions, organize boycotts, or, if all else fails, strike. A strike is often a drastic, last resort negotiation tactic where workers refuse to perform their duties until employers improve working conditions. Strikes can last anywhere from a few hours to weeks, months, or even years. Throughout history, some companies have tried to exploit working people by paying them as little as they could or forcing them to work in conditions that were dangerous or unhealthy. Like in 1835, when 20,000 workers in Philadelphia went on a general strike to demand their work schedules be limited to 10 hours a day and their wages increased. And it was only after tragedies like the Triangle Shirtwaist Factory fire that caused the death of 146 garment workers, most of whom were young immigrant women, that society realized there needed to be change in working conditions. These tragedies and the labor movement at large ultimately led to a slew of protections like the passing of the Clayton Antitrust Act of 1914, which aimed to prevent businesses from engaging in anti-competitive practices and declared labor unions officially legal under federal law. And the creation of the U.S. Department of Labor, which creates standards for occupational safety, wages, hours, and benefits. Thanks to unions, workers across the country have achieved health benefits, higher wages, more reasonable hours, and safer working conditions. Things like child labor, 12-hour workdays, and working without safety precautions are some of the things unions have successfully fought against. Over the years, unions have continued to make great strides for American workers by helping pass sweeping legislation, including codifying the 40-hour week and a minimum wage, launching historic movements, and expanding into the various and growing industries of the American workforce, often reaching those who are underrepresented and need protection the most. Like the Farm Workers Union, which for decades has been fighting for fair wages and better working conditions for those working in the fields, over 50% of whom are Hispanic. Or the Service Employees International Union, which represents some of the lowest paid and poorly treated workers in American cities, including healthcare workers, janitorial, security employees, and other public workers. From nursing home staff to firefighters, construction crews, teachers, and so much more, unions have helped millions of workers across the country live the decent and dignified lives they've worked so hard to achieve.